What's up, YouTube? If you're wondering how to get boulder shoulders, you clicked on the correct video. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to get them. Let's get started. First, we'll be doing lateral raises in order to hit the lateral delts. And the first thing you need to know is lessen the weight. You want to use less weight so you engage the specific muscle we're trying to target, which in this case is the lateral delt. One way to prevent using unwanted muscle groups during this exercise is to do your lateral raises seated. This will make it very difficult to cheat or use momentum to lift the weight. It'll look something like this if you do it correctly. Another option you have available is to do your lateral raises one arm at a time while holding on to some sort of structure or pole. Tilt your body to the side like so. And what this will allow you to do is have a better range of motion to target the shoulder better, and it will have gravity working for you rather than against you. When doing lateral raises, keep your arms a tad forward in front of your torso like this, and always keep a slight bend in the elbow like that. Don't fully extend. Do it this way. One quick tip you can use is you can go pinkies up, and what this will allow you to do is put tension specifically where you want it to be on the shoulder muscle. One last point to take into account for safety: don't go above 90 degrees with your lateral raises. Always stop just below parallel, controlled and slow down, powerfully up. And this will basically keep you injury free if you use this technique. For our next exercise, we'll be working the anterior deltoid, which is this muscle right here. And we'll be doing that by performing frontal raises, which look like this. You can go one arm at a time, or you can do both together, like so. You don't want to swing your arms either during this exercise. That would look something like this. And you also want to remember to use form and a range of motion that has your muscle activated the entire set. Something I love about doing this exercise with dumbbells is that it gives you the ability to rotate your wrist at the angle you prefer as you come up with the weight. And what this will do is basically make the exercise more customized to you and where exactly you're hitting the shoulder. That brings us to exercise number 3, bent over dumbbell lateral raises. And this will work the posterior deltoid, which is right back here. Something important to remember for this exercise is to go super light. Maybe not this light, this is a little bit exaggerated, but something close to it. And you may think that's a little counterintuitive, but as you gain experience and knowledge, you'll begin to realize there's a lot more to weightlifting than the amount of weight you lift. For this exercise, you definitely want to go higher reps, that 15 to 25 rep range. And the exercise itself looks like this. And if you do it correctly, you'll feel a burn in a very specific area back here. Something good to know for this exercise is that you can use a good old incline bench to support you while you're doing this movement. And you put your chest on it like so, and it'll look something like this. And This won't only support you, but it will also help focus the tension exactly where it needs to be. You really don't want to neglect this exercise. Even though the posterior deltoid is a smaller muscle, all the parts of the shoulder contribute together to make that full, round, boulder shoulder appearance. Now it's time for shoulder press. And in my opinion, this is one of the greatest exercises there are for shoulders. One of the reasons why this exercise is so great is because it's a compound movement and you can lift a lot of weight. And that will result in greater muscle hypertrophy. I like doing this exercise seated because it takes away the ability to drive through your legs in order to get the weight up. And what this will allow you to do is concentrate solely on the shoulder, like so. One of the reasons shoulder press is so effective at building a nice physique is that it works the entire shoulder. One piece of advice if you're doing this exercise seated is that it does not have to be directly straight up. In fact, it can work to your advantage if you do your shoulder press at a slight angle. That's going to make it less compromising on your joints. It'll give you a better groove and it'll feel more natural. There is the idea out there that a larger range of motion brings better results, but the truth is that that's not the case. In fact, what that's going to lead to is injury, and I'll show you why right now. If you go too low, that puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder joints, and that can lead to injury and pain. What you want to do is find the sweet spot or the sweet zone where you're working the muscle and not the joints. You don't want to extend completely either. That's sort of cheating and won't benefit you if your goal is muscle hypertrophy. The seated shoulder press can also be performed using a barbell, and it looks like this. And something I see at times people do that's dangerous during this exercise is this. They sort of make a C motion around their face to bring the barbell all the way down. And I think that's just asking for injury. So always be mindful of your range of motion. So far, we have been very careful to isolate specific parts of the shoulder that we wanted to engage, and we did this by using good form and light weight. But when it comes to the pursuit of massive traps, we will blast them with heavy weight and a lot of reps. There are multiple hand positions that you can use during a shrug. For example, you can go underhand, you can go reverse grip, you can grab the bar out further, and I've even seen some people do their shrugs from behind. But I traditionally like to do my shrugs just like this. And when you're doing your shrugs, you're going to want to make sure that you're pulling with your traps and not your arms. An alternative to barbell shrugs are dumbbell shrugs, and you can position the dumbbells at different angles around your body in order to hit your traps in different areas. A big advantage of using dumbbells for shrugs compared to a barbell is that you get a much bigger range of motion. And I know earlier I said a bigger range of motion isn't better. Well, it is, as long as you're not risking injury or getting hurt. A bigger stretch and contraction will lead to more muscle growth. A couple tips for this exercise is lean your head slightly forward and go straight up with the traps like that. And it's also beneficial if you need to go at a faster pace when you're performing these. And also you want to remember to squeeze at the top. If you incorporate these exercises and techniques into your routine, you will for sure get those monster traps along with those big boulder shoulders. And what having larger shoulders is going to do is give you a V-taper effect, and that is basically a smaller waist leading up to a broader upper body. It's a really masculine trait to have, and it's an awesome appearance. So if you're after that Superman look, I'll put up on the screen a sample shoulder workout. And I really appreciate you for watching. Subscribe and like my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.